it's Jamie. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my basic foundation routine because a few people have been asking. So I'm going to get right into it. So basically, first thing I do is I make sure my face is clean. I wash my face. Then I usually use a facial cleanser or toner, and so I often use the Clean and Clear Deep Cleansing Astringent, or I'll use the Mary Kay Clear Proof. And I just wipe that all over my face with a cotton pad, and then when it's dry, then I can go into the actual products. So that I just did. Next I use the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base Primer. If you can see that. It comes in a little jar like this. This is one of the few that I like to use because it doesn't make me break out. There's a bunch that I've used that aren't great. If I run out of this, or as a backup one, I also use the Anada Hydrating Facial Lotion. It's a moisturizer that works really good under foundation. So I just take a bit on my finger, mix it around, and then just apply all over your face really evenly. Okay, and so next I go right into foundation. Now, there's several foundations that I currently use right now, but that's just because I have a bunch of like drugstore ones. The one I use the most though is the Anada Smooth and Conceal Liquid Foundation. I really like this one because it's nice and thick and it covers really well, and it's also all natural, so it doesn't make you break out and stuff. However, this shade is a bit too dark for my skin color, as you can tell. So I take this and I mix it with one of the other drugstore ones that I have because they're all really light. One of the ones I use really often is the Quo Total Perfecting Foundation, and so I just mix the two together because I need it to be lighter. Okay, and so for the foundation, all I do is I put whatever amount I want to use on the back of my hand, and I mix them together with a brush. Okay, and right before I put the foundation on, I use my concealer just to do under the eyes and whatever like you'd normally do, just to help it highlight it. And so I do under the eyes, the middle of the forehead, the nose, and the chin, just a little bit. And you don't want to apply it too much, you don't want it to be super fake looking or whatever. Okay, so then I take a beauty blender, and this is just a Sephora brand one, and you wet it, squeeze it out, make it like really damp or whatever, dip it in the foundation, and then just apply over top and mix it with the concealer. One side note, always make sure you get under your chin and like blend it into your neck, because if you only go to your jaw, everyone's gonna see if your foundation's a different color. Always blend it so you don't look like a crazy person. Okay, so once that has set for a sec, I go into the powder foundation, and I like to use the L'Oreal True Match powder foundation, and I use that with an e.l.f. Total Face brush. And occasionally I will also use a Quo face brush as well. It's slightly smaller, but same idea. Another side tip that I learned in cosmetology, when applying foundation, always do it downwards, because you're going to have all these peach fuzzes on your face, and if you brush up against them, they're going to grab all the powders, and you're going to notice those hairs really easily. So if you brush downward with the hairs, they don't grab them so easily, and if they do, it's brushing them down onto your, like against your face. They're going to stay flatter, they're not going to fluff up and look like you have hairy cheeks or something. Okay, so next I do a little bit of contouring and highlighting, and so I usually use just a light brown color for the contouring, and I will generally use two brushes. A Quo blush brush is one that I use, as well as an e.l.f. bronzing brush. See, it's got the angled edge. It works really good for blending. So I'll usually go in with the Quo brush, and you want to do just below your cheekbone in like a really sweepy motion, just to help emphasize your cheekbones a little bit more. Okay, then I'll go in with the angled brush over the edging of it and just make sure it kind of blends nicely. You don't want any harsh lines, especially in brown, because it's going to be super duper noticeable. Okay, then I make sure I clean off the Quo brush, this guy, and then I use highlighter. And I just use a really shimmery, like champagne kind of color, cream. And I just dab on the tops of my cheeks, and I go upward to the edges of my eyebrows. And then I do just a tiny bit on the center of the forehead, tip of the nose, and mouth and chin. Okay, then sometimes I use blush as well. And that one, I have a Face Atelier blush. It's just a really subtle light pink. I take that same Quo brush, I just do a light dab and just on the tops of your cheeks. Kind of right in between the highlighter and the bronzer. Just to add a little bit of color. So that's basically it for the base of the face. Thanks for watching, and hope those of you that wanted this video enjoyed it.